Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between rolling hills and meandering streams, there lived a little orphan named Tonia. She was left by the roadside at birth, abandoned and alone. But fate had a peculiar way of weaving stories, and Tonia's destiny took a turn when a kind man named Mr. Courage found her and decided to take her home. Mr. Courage was a good-hearted soul with a family of his own. He had a daughter already, and despite the challenges of caring for another child, he brought Tonia to his wife, hoping she would be a sister and a daughter to them all. However, Mrs. Courage harbored a heart full of bitterness and treated Tonia like a servant, making her life unbearable. Tonia's days were filled with endless chores, and Mrs. Courage, with her unkindness, starved the poor girl of both love and food. Every day, she sent Tonia to the stream with a heavy clay pot to fetch water for the household. This daily task became a symbol of Tonia's hardships, a never-ending cycle of servitude. One morning, as the first rays of sunlight painted the sky, Tonia set out to the stream with her clay pot. The weight on her small shoulders was nothing compared to the burden in her heart. She filled the pot with water and, on her way back, stumbled and fell. The clay pot shattered into pieces, and tears streamed down Tonia's face, knowing the punishment that awaited her at home. As she wept by the stream, a kind old woman appeared, sitting under a tree. She beckoned Tonia to come closer and, with soothing words, consoled the young orphan. The old woman then performed mysterious incantations, and to Tonia's amazement, numerous clay pots of all shapes and sizes materialized around them. Despite her fear, Tonia bravely chose the smallest and ugliest pot. The old woman instructed her to fetch water with it and take it home. But the real magic would happen at midnight. Tonia, with a mix of hope and uncertainty, followed the instructions. At the stroke of midnight, after closing all doors and windows, Tonia bravely smashed the pot. A wondrous sight unfolded, the room filled with treasures of various kinds. The Courage family was astonished, and Mr. Courage praised Tonia for bringing unexpected fortune into their lives. However, envy and greed are cunning companions. Mrs. Courage and her daughter, driven by jealousy, decided to visit the old woman at the stream. She gave her daughter a clay pot, instructing her to choose the biggest and most beautiful one, thinking it would bring them even greater riches. Arriving at the stream, they found the old woman and demanded all the clay pots to choose from. With arrogance, Tonia's adopted sister picked the grandest one without heeding the old woman's advice or manners. She rudely silenced the old woman and marched home, eager to unveil their newfound wealth. Excitement filled the air as they hastily closed all doors and windows, breaking the pot immediately. Yet, this time, the room filled with thick smoke, and malevolent spirits emerged, armed with whips. The adopted mother and daughter were whipped until they fainted, paying the price for their greed and arrogance. Meanwhile, Tonia, sensing trouble, had moved out of the house. With her heart free from malice and a spirit untainted by greed, she lived a life of happiness and contentment. And so, the little orphan who had faced the cruelty of an adopted family found solace and joy. The enchanting tale of Tonia and the magical clay pot spread throughout the village, teaching everyone the invaluable lesson that true happiness comes from a kind heart and humble spirit. Tonia lived happily ever after, a testament to the magic that lies within kindness and humility.